Hi everyone, I'm Fox 19 Now, First Alert Meteorologist Anna DuVall, here with your forecast update. Want to take a second to appreciate the beautiful sunset behind us. It was orange, just kind of taking over the sky tonight, so definitely really pretty out there right now. You see all the lights happening as well, so again, just a beautiful night out there, great night for that FC Cincinnati game. Here's what it's looking like across the tri-state. We can zoom into one of our other cameras here. Looking off our tower camera, 49 degrees, feels like 47, a little bit of a northerly breeze, bringing in some of those cooler temperatures out there for the time being. This is what our almanac data looked like today. 57 degrees was our high, 37 was our low. Our normal for this time of year is 51, 33, so we're not too far off, just a little bit above average on both days there. The record is 75, so we weren't near that, and thank goodness we weren't near that 6 there set on in 1880. Looking out on our clouds and radar, really nothing going on, pretty clear. We had a high pressure system that cleared out all those clouds, and now we're left with pretty clear skies out there throughout the rest of the evening. At least we got some clouds building in tomorrow, but for now, staying clear, 47 degrees there in Cincinnati, Batesville 48, 45 there in Hamilton, 49 in Wilmington, Flemingsburg 51, Covington 49. So feeling pretty good. That's what it looks like across the area. A few 50s, a few upper 40s there as well. Here's that temperature change for you. We're a couple degrees up in most places. Some places feeling pretty much the same. Cincinnati only 1 degree different. So basically about the same as we were. 5 degrees warmer in Harrison though. Tonight, 33 degrees is where we're going to fall to, so a little bit cooler than we reached last night. Mostly clear skies, a cool night ahead. As we move forward here, I do want to talk to you guys about visibility. Right now, perfectly clear, but we might be expecting a few areas of some patchy, dense fog tomorrow, so I wanted to show you guys that as it starts to creep in there. And again, it's going to be very well contained. As you can see, not a lot of that pesky fog will be around, but just as a warning that you could see some foggy areas tomorrow morning as you're heading off to work. Here's what it's looking like across the area. 31 in Harrison, 36 at CVG. Cincinnati, 33, 30 in Hillsboro, 34 in Lebanon. And by the afternoon, feeling a whole lot better. 58 degrees, above average. We do have some showers on the way for our Monday. All of those are going to be confined to those dinner time and evening hours there into the late evening. I do want to show you guys this. Here's our low temperatures over the next couple of days. We do have 33 for our Monday, 48 for Tuesday, 45 for Wednesday, and you can see that plummet there. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, very chilly conditions ahead. So we're just on the lookout for maybe some snow, maybe some wintry mix and rain throughout the forecast there, especially Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but we'll get into that. I'll track it all out for you. I do want to give you guys one little key takeaway from our 10-day forecast here. You can see 58 for our Monday, 60 for our Tuesday, 52 for Wednesday. Now, I just want to caution everyone, 52 for our Wednesday, that will be the high temperature at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. is when that high temperature is going to be hitting. We do have 2 cold fronts that are going to push through after that, and that's what's going to make the temperatures drop throughout the entire day. So our high is going to be late at night or early in the morning, whichever way you want to call it. It's going to be earlier in the morning, and then we're just going to plummet throughout the day into the upper 30s, just like Thursday and Friday look. So that's just something to keep an eye out for there as we move into Thursday, Friday, both in the upper 30s. So definitely a chilly, chilly Thanksgiving on the way for us there. Just want to move this up so we can talk about a few different things here. I know I was telling you guys maybe about some snow. So we're going to get into all of that. I want to show you guys this temperature outlook though over the next, over that first week of December. And again, you can see we're going to be slightly above average is what it's expecting, but we're right on the border of being normal, being below average. Some things have been shown for us that this is going to encourage some more storm systems to move through, which makes perfect sense for the end of our 10-day forecast, lots of rain on the way. But yeah, that's what we're expecting. I want to show you guys this. This is temperature on a regional scale there. Cincinnati 58, that's what we're expecting for Tuesday, 58, 60s across the area. Here is Wednesday. We're going to go back a little bit so I can show you guys when that high temperature happens. You can see really we're at 51 there, and you can see this thermal divide. That's where that cold front is. 2 a.m. Wednesday, 51 degrees. And if we move forward a little bit here, you can see we start dropping. 8 a.m., 49, and then we'll keep dropping there. By the time we reach Wednesday evening, 42, 39 there by 8 p.m., and then we'll just continue to drop into the overnight hours, 28 by Thursday morning. So we're going to drop in temperatures throughout our day as that cold front passes through the area. Friday afternoon, low 30s is what we're expecting. As we move into Saturday, early morning, upper 20s for lows, and then we have those mid to upper 30s by the afternoon hours. But then again, by the time we reach Sunday, temperatures start to build up a little bit. You can see that here, Sunday 51 degrees. So like we start to get the 50s back by the end of the weekend, but it's just going to be a chilly run until then. Let's go ahead and show you guys that rain chance. I know we were just talking about this a little bit. We're going to see those showers Monday evening going into Tuesday, 90% chance of rain. That's going to be widespread across our area, especially during your morning commute. So we definitely want to keep an eye out on that. Those will linger on into Wednesday there, 30% chance. The chance is low on Friday. I know yesterday, and Brad was talking about it on Friday as well, that chance of seeing that wintry mix there on Friday. That has now kind of shifted into a Saturday issue. I do have it as a 10% chance though still, just in case the models kind of shift back to their original thinking. However, it's looking more and more like it's going to be on Saturday instead of Friday, so we're expecting more of that wintry mix, maybe a few flakes of snow moving into Saturday. Sunday, that's all going to be rain. We saw those high temperatures back in the 50s. Expecting rain for our Saturday. And as we move into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rain. More rain is expected. So we're going to run through a couple models here, show you guys the differences in some so we can show you just what to expect throughout your day. So this is Sunday evening. Going into Monday, all of those clouds start to build in throughout your day. And again, 5, 6 o'clock, that's when we start to see maybe some showers move into our area there. By 10 p.m. Monday, starts to kind of take over a little bit. But really that round of wet weather, this is 2 a.m. on Tuesday. That's when it's going to start to take over the tri-state. You can see a few heavier pockets here and there start to move on in. Then we'll slowly move forward here. You can see that bulk of the rain, 4 a.m., heavy showers, maybe some thunderstorms out there as well. 5 a.m., this is what it's looking like. Again, completely taking over the tri-state there. Going into Tuesday morning, this is 8 a.m., still around the area. We really won't see the relief from this rain until the late afternoon. So you can see it kind of still lingering around 11 a.m., 1 p.m. So that's really what we're looking at there moving into Tuesday on that model. Let me show you another model. It's going to show something that's going to be very similar. So as we move into Monday, you can see this model shows less rain likely throughout Monday afternoon and evening. This is 6 p.m. That other model already had the rain starting to move in a little bit more, a little quicker as well. But then by 11 o'clock, there is that chance of seeing those spotty showers. They agree on that. They do agree that by 11 p.m. it should be raining somewhere, and this will start to build in by around 6 a.m. You can see those heavier pockets here and there. However, on this model, it's going to show it a little bit differently. Here's that big band of showers, storms that we see there that we saw overtaking the area around 4 a.m. on the other model. This model has a lot of those heavier pockets staying to the north, just to the north of our viewing area, those heavier pockets, and the rest of us not really seeing that much rainfall move through. And then it clears out, and you can see just spotty chances throughout the rest of your day. On Tuesday, going into early Wednesday morning, we'll continue to see some showers. So you can see what we're dealing with here with those differences in the models, but overall the story is the same. Late Monday, showers expected. As we move into Tuesday, more widespread rain is expected, especially early in the morning, around 4 a.m., around that morning commute, and then it starts to kind of taper off a little bit more. So that's what we're dealing with here. I want to show you guys that with some temperatures so that we can really see that temperature change moving forward. 9 p.m. Monday, again, you can see 49 there in Cincinnati, starting to see some showers roll in. 11 p.m., again, just some spotty showers, not as widespread as the other model. But you see by 5 a.m., definitely seeing some showers take over the tri-state, but there's that heavier pocket there. 55 degrees will continue to crank up here into the upper 50s, low 60s. But then by noon, a lot of that starts to taper off, move out of our area, and then we'll see some of those last heavy pockets, some showers scattered about there going into Wednesday early morning. This is when we can see that change. I want to show you guys this. Here's your high temperatures. Wednesday, 1 a.m., this model is saying about 55 degrees. We have it a little lower maybe moving forward, but you can see 55 degrees, 6 a.m. And then the temperatures drop, and they continue to drop throughout your day on Wednesday. So that's what we're expecting. So for now, again, we're staying dry. We're staying above average until Monday evening. And then as we move into Thanksgiving, we have more of a winter preview on the way. Let me show you what we're talking about here. Moving into Tuesday, you can see that this model agrees that that heavier pocket is supposed to enter the tri-state, those early morning hours there. That's indicated by that yellow, especially since this is a longer range model that we're looking at here. If we move forward, again, spotty chances going into Wednesday. This is when we start to see some of that snow up to our north. If you can see some of those blue colors, some of that wintry mix, that pink up to our north, not making it down here, but you can see it sort of starting to move its way down, make its way down just a little bit closer. But what we're looking at is these snow showers, that wintry mix, the rain that's well off to our west there. And you can just see that starting to make its way in. Again, earlier models had this coming in around Friday. That's what Brad was talking about on Friday. That's what we were talking about yesterday, how we're kind of having to shift into this focus of this going to be Saturday early in the morning there. This is 10 a.m. and you can see where that blue is starting to take over the tri-state there. We're right on the border of seeing that wintry mix, seeing that rain too. And that'll just kind of be the case because as we move into the afternoon, temperatures will rise a little bit, and again, a lot of those snow showers will turn into a wintry mix, turn into rain for some places, melting before it hits the ground or on impact. And then as we move into Saturday evening, that becomes mostly rain in the forecast, and then Sunday, rain really takes over the tri-state as those temperatures begin to climb back into the 50s, back to those more seasonal conditions. So that's what we're really looking at over the next couple of days. So kind of have a wacky amount of weather out there. We're supposed to be above average in terms of precipitation, which is rain, snow, wintry mix, whatever you want to say, going into the first week of December, which makes sense because we have a lot of rain chances, especially as we move into the end of this week, going into next week as well. So definitely above our normal. Normal is about 1/10 of an inch of rain. So let's talk about what we're going to see over the next couple of days. I know we were talking about some rain there going into Tuesday. This is what we're expecting to see. Some places seeing less than 1/2 inch, other places seeing upwards of 1 inch. It just depends where that heavier pocket is going to fall. We showed you the two different models there at the beginning where we saw the big band going to the north. We also saw the big band going straight through the center of the tri-state. So it just depends on where all of that sets up here moving forward. Here's that 7-day forecast for you. 58 degrees there for your Monday, 60 for Tuesday, rain and storms throughout the day. Morning rain for our Wednesday, that's lingering on from our rain there on Tuesday. 52 degrees is your high temperature, but again, happening around 2, 3 a.m. and then falling throughout the day as a cold front passes by. Then we have colder conditions going into Thursday, Friday. Might see that wintry mix, some snowflakes there going into Saturday, and then we'll just have more and more rain on the way. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're expecting to see a lot of rain. But that's all I have for you guys. I know that kind of was like a lot of information. Hopefully the 7-day kind of sums it up for everyone there. But yeah, that is really all I have. I hope everyone has a great rest of their Sunday. I should be back on here for the noon live stream. Tomorrow will either be me or Brad. But I hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend and you enjoy the FC Cincinnati game, and have a good night.